Bow, bow, bow. What's good, everybody, man? It's your boy, Chao. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, with a brand new video, man. If you're new, go ahead. You know what to do. Click that subscribe button right now because we got an absolute banger today, ladies and gentlemen. We got, before we even continue, man, we on a road to 100K, man. Look, 2,000, let me get the exact number, man. 2,000. We are 2,219 subscribers away, bro. Come on, man. Go make 2,000 accounts for your boy so we can hit that 100K by the end of the month. That is the goal. But in the meantime, man, we got a banger today. Shout out to my boy Austin Mills. What really happened to the Ballislife East Coast squad? Full story, 1 out of 3. Let's get into the video, man.
Happened to the Ballislife East Coast team. Just like every great story, there's a rise, a climax, and a fall. I've been here since day one, so I'll tell the full story.
I ain't gonna lie, Ballislife East Coast squad was low-key on the rise, bro.
I would have been in some pain right now. And we got the photo shoot. We're models. We're models. We're hooper / models. We really model, dog.
Hey, Mary, how you feeling, dude?
My player right now.
Yeah, I know. Look at you.
The hoodie.
Chapter 1. Okay.
So it all started one day. I'm shooting around at RDB Sportsplex where I was working at the time. My boss would allow me to go shoot in the rental gym all by myself, away from the members. So I had the full court to work out every day. Great situation. They would walk me down, unlock the door, let me in, and then lock me in, and I would leave out the side door. So one day I'm shooting around like normal, and out of my peripherals I see a member walking in. And as I'm walking up to him, I recognize his face. It was Nick Briz. I had seen him on Instagram doing an Alex Caruso skit. And a few days later, we get a workout in and play some ones. We play the ones, we're chopping it up afterwards, and he asked me if I wanted to come play fives in Tampa. He said Ballislife was miking him up, and he was going to play with this one-arm guy that played for the Florida Gators. And I'm like, of course I'm going to play. It's Ballislife. I play at parks anyway, like, let's go. So we pulled up to the park. There's like 20 people there. It's your average park competition, not very good. But I sit out the first game. Yes, Nick's talking trash.
You gotta step up, bro. But then when you step up and blow by, you bang on somebody. So you're in a tough spot anyway, really.
I'm really impressed by Zach at this point because I had never seen him play. I'm like, this dude can actually play. Like, he has a good court feel. He can shoot the ball. He's strong. He's like 6'2", 6'3", 215. Like, I could just tell he was a smart basketball player. Hop in the second game.
First play.
And it's just really history from there for that night. It was not good competition. We ran through all the games. That first run ever was Nick, Zach, and Scotty filming. Scotty is a big part in all of this, and we'll get into that later on.
The second run.
So Ballislife invited me back for a second run. This time I was featured along with Nick and Zach. It was more the same as far as competition goes. We kind of ran through the games. Not a
that was travel.
So Ballislife invited me back for a second run. This time I was featured along with Nick.
Travel. Wait, did he dribble?
Hold on. So Ballislife invited me back for a second run. This time I was featured along with Nick.
Oh, he
and
did.
Zach. It was more the same
that
as far as competition goes. We kind of ran through the games. Not a whole lot of people there. And at this point, we're still very much in the beginning stages of all of this.
One thing Nick Briz did have is bounce.
Oh, man.
Side note,
Yeah,
this was the
crackhead
first time I
bounce,
ever
not
did
gonna lie.
Belly Rock, and no, I did not plan it. So our first two videos did really good numbers. At this time, we have a new character entering this story. That character is Devontae Friga.
Friga? Mask Friga?
This was around the time when our country had just opened back up, so Friga decided to go play at parks all across the country. People were relieved to be back outside again, and every run had so much energy. So I'm at a point in the story where I need to connect a dot. I don't know exactly how Friga got involved with the East Coast squad, but I know someone that will. How did Friga get into the equation? Was he talking to you directly? Was he talking with Ballislife?
No, there was no communication with Devontae with Ballislife at the time that I knew of in
Scotty!
regards to doing something with the East Coast squad, which at the time we weren't even the East Coast squad yet.
Right.
The opportunity came up because Nick was as a rising creator in Florida, and Devontae, an already established creator in Florida. They started having communication about doing some collabs and stuff, because Devontae at the time did a collab with Julian Newman. He was doing collabs with a bunch of people. So they created that streamline of communication, because like Nick saw that this was doing well, his YouTube was doing well, and he just Nick did play a big part in that first like 2-3 videos. Very big part. But yeah, he streamlined that communication there of doing a collab with Devontae. It wasn't like, yo, we're gonna do something on Ballislife and whatnot. It was simply like, let's just meet up at the park.
And that we did.
We're coming to a city near you. Comment your city down. What's the best course in your city? We'll be there.
So we played that first run in Orlando at Redbug Park with Friga. We felt like we really had something after that run, so we wanted to solidify it. So guys are throwing out team name ideas in the group chat, and I'm like, no. Everybody stop. We're going to be the East Coast squad. So we officially were a team at that point after the Orlando run. That's when the East Coast squad was birthed. And that group chat was me, Nick Briz, D Friga, Zach, and obviously Scotty. We then decided to go back to the first court we ever played at, Hyde Park in Tampa. Little did we know, there was 2 guys that live in Tampa that also wanted to hoop that night and that were also pulling up to Hyde Park. And little did they know their lives were about to change. Fast.
They brought a clamp out here.
Tim Carter. Slim Reaper. Damn. Yo, that was low-key chubby Friga. That's thick Friga right there, bro.
A few days later, we went to my hometown in Claremont, Florida. After the Tampa run, we picked up Slim, but we had not officially picked up Clamp yet.
Come on, John.
Damn, that's tough. I ain't gonna lie. What? Oh. Oh, cookies. Damn. Oh, damn.
Whoa. We gotta back this story up. The night before this run, my guy Osanto, I played high school basketball with him. He called me and was like, hey, I'm coming with the 5. I hope you guys are ready. He also told me to be on the lookout for this guy named Duke. So it was at this moment I knew this was Duke. Crazy backstory about Duke. So although he was supposed to go to the run that night, he was working at a warehouse full time and they asked him to stay late. So he was not even at the run until 5 minutes before this last game. He hadn't seen any of the run. He didn't know what was going on. He was just going to hoop. So he pulls up right before our last game of the night, and I'm watching these 2 guys argue for who's going to play the last game. So they ended up shooting for it. Somebody on Duke's team shot for it. It was do or die. So you guys know, if you missed that, your team's off. It was do or die. This man changed Duke's life. On these triple rims at Lost Lake Park in Claremont, Florida, this guy buries the 3 so Duke can even have a chance to play. If he would have missed that shot, Duke would have never played that last game. We would have never seen him. He would not be on the East Coast team. NBA basketball fans, the season is back. For those of you that enjoy fantasy sports, So Rare is the way to play. What sets So Rare apart is the fact that you can collect cards, but the game does make things over time. This is what our roster was: me, Nick, Friga, Zach, Duke, and Slim. And we had 2 guys that were making appearances, like Jordan Sutherland and Travis. So Jordan was acting as our dunker at the time. He was great for the dunk shows, and he was just like a great entertainer. And then Travis was a great role player and just great guy to play with. He played really hard. The fans really liked him. I mean, he just kind of did everything on the court that a glue guy would do, so he was a lot of fun to play with. After the Claremont run, I did notice Nick and Friga start to distance themselves. As you guys know, the story unfolds. Neither of them end up being on the team. I did reach out to both of them and ask for their reasonings. Nick said he was going to give me a response and then just wasn't able to get me one.
Damn, the fuck is the Briz?
I speculate that it's kind of a similar answer that I got from Friga, but here's why Friga was never on the team.
A Millie wants to know why I was never a part of the Ballislife East Coast squad, and I will be brutally honest.
Oh, this new Friga.
I was this close to being a part of the team. But at the time when Scotty was birthing this East Coast squad idea, I had already been on YouTube for like 3 or 4 years before that. And even more so, I was uploading park basketball content, and I felt like pioneering a wave of street ball in the YouTube world. No, I didn't invent street ball. I didn't start park basketball, but I felt like I started a formula to do well on YouTube back in 2020. Respect. When the new wave of park basketball started to happen, when Nick Briz came into the scene and I was still doing stuff and East Coast Squad was just starting, I felt like I couldn't necessarily be myself because Scotty at the time was asking me to be a part of the team and post maybe like a week or 2 after Ballislife. I felt like the reason I started YouTube is because I'm a creator and an entrepreneur at heart, and joining Ballislife East Coast would take all of that away from me. Respect. And I just did not want to be a part of it. Respect. I know people think there's way more to the story, but there was a pretty mutual respect behind why I didn't want to do it, and we kind of just never talked and parted ways from there. Pretty crazy to see where YouTube basketball is at now, considering I didn't really like Scotty at one point, but here we are.
Damn. Yo, East Coast Squad was low-key legendary.
So
honestly, hey, they lucked out not having Nick Briz in there. I mean, Nick Briz was a sensation, bro, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro's not a good leader. I'll tell you that right now. He is not a good leader. You feel me? I don't like Nick Briz, so I can say whatever I want about him, honestly.
I'm sure no one really likes Nick Briz, bro. Was kind of what made the East Coast team. So Scotty, you guys,
I have this voice message from Nick Briz. I'm not even kidding. He sent it to me way back in the day, when all the stuff was going on between him and Chris White. He was mad that I was reacting to the videos. He sent me a video from Carlos's Instagram account. And it was so shocking, one, but it was also so like nasty. Like the things he was saying in that video was nasty, bro. And I never put it out for the sake of his career, whatever career he has left, but I didn't put it out for the sake of him because it was just so bad, bro. If I put it out, I promise you guys it would have ended his career. I'm not even kidding, dog. Like, it was nasty. I still got it on my phone. And I've only showed a very few selected people that are a part of my life that's heard that. But I guarantee you, bro, if you ask them how nasty that voice message is, they would tell you, bro. They would tell you. Like, it was disgusting.
I mean, he had our creative vision. We were kind of the pieces
That's why I don't like
do it with.
It is what it is. I mean, he's also an asshole. Damn, they had the fucking jumper.
Yo, Slim.
Ooh, push off.
He kind of led us in our vision, and we all started to like understand it. Scotty was a huge part in all of this. Like, he's really a guru of YouTube basketball and just, you know, social media in general. Our whole vision with these videos was to get as many people to the park as possible, because with that, we knew all of the elements that we wanted to make a good video were going to be covered. It wasn't just about us getting highlights. It was also about bringing people that wanted to compete and be really intense kids.
Yeah, we on that, so it's not. Hold on now.
On the sideline, you got funny characters.
Made me lose my $20. Y'all need to do 30 push-ups right now.
You got trash talk.
With people, family is out here.
Exciting plays are going to happen within the game. When there's that much energy and you have that many people excited to be somewhere, because we also were a team that wanted to showcase other people as well. Which made people come out to the park because we had a platform. Hey, like, come show what you can do as well. It was gonna be competitive games because these cities were gonna bring out guys that can really play in their city. So it's not like it was all about us with the East Coast squad. It was just a collective effort to make a crazy video. And a lot of times the communities would deliver that for us.
Head top.
You see the drip, yeah, I'm fitted up. In my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex on. You been here all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boys I got no fear line. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. My shit make those rocks. No breaks, we go. Throw shade, that's a no. Go high, go low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more. Pick it up. You see the drip, yeah, I'm
Damn. This video's just lit.
People were just so excited to be out there. I don't know how many times people would just tell us, this made my week. That just coming out here just like inspired me. I got so many messages just saying this inspired me to do content, this inspired me to hoop, this, you know, different things. And that's really what made the East Coast squad different, in my opinion, is I think we connected with the people on a genuine level for a period of time. And I don't care what you do in life, there's nothing more gratifying than that feeling of impacting people, influencing people, connecting with people. I would not trade that for any amount of money.
We're able to collect all the money that we have and make and give it to Jacob and his mom. They're working super hard just to get by.
Shit,
So
wait, what?
We just want to do something nice.
I fell into a pretty deep depression there.
Who's that?
Just kind of wanted to shy away from people.
We had some money on the game tonight. We basically played for you and just wanted to give you guys some help. That's all you.
It was mandatory.
That's why I was not coming out.
It would have been more of a pain that they were scared to put more money.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a donation, but let's.
Are those underwear? That's my work shirt. This man not only gave me a shirt like from his merch, he also bought me a pair of shoes, which is like that's already crazy enough as it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's right.
And?
So now that we had 5 players and a team to move forward with, we would just go to a city, pack it out, make a video, and then find the next city that was gonna bring the next most energy. It was just one after another after another. We were all clicking together. Our chemistry on and off the court was great. And this is where the teams in the 5-on-5 YouTube space kind of started. So the West Coast team, they were doing something with, I think it started with Iverson and Kenny Dobbs, and I know IB Court and stuff like that was playing with them here and there. They started to kind of form a team. They were doing the same thing as we were, and they were sculpting this team, and within the time frame that they were sculpting their team, we started kind of creating this narrative like East versus West, because East versus West already is a narrative in itself. So we started to kind of like poke each other in videos back and forth. As they started to build their team out, one day We see like they added Nitty, they added Caesar, and so their vision was totally different. It was like, how do we win the most games possible? How do we get as good as possible? How do we just put the highest level of basketball product on the floor? Whereas we were really just thinking more of it from an entertainment aspect. And the West Coast squad didn't do anything wrong. Like, they picked up Caesar, they followed him since he was like 13 years old. They picked up Frank coming up in the Drew League. They grabbed guys in LA that they had relationships with, and it made sense to grab them because they were really good basketball players. But I think it's just important to distinguish the way that we found our players, the way that we added players on was like we would go to a city and then we found Duke, and then we found Slim, we found Clamp. Like, it was a very natural process where our intentions were just to add players to the team that, like, yeah, you have something basketball wise for sure, but also like, how do we vibe with that individual? You know, we wanted whoever we picked up to fit like the overall vision. And I just think it's important to distinguish like exactly what we were.
Over the course of the next 10 videos, we would accumulate almost 30 million views. These are not 8 to 10 second videos that can go off for a few million views. These are anywhere from 20 to 35-minute videos of our full nights at the park, which made us one of the most viral street ball teams on the internet ever.
Nah, it was viral.
At this point, we were only in Florida, traveling around to the best parks. We had also all focused on our individual followings because we knew if we grew individually, that would funnel to our team, and vice versa. The team following would funnel back to our individual followings.
Yo, what's up with Slim down there? I seen them playing in China.
It was a rise that we'll never forget.
Like, bro, why do you jump out? Damn. Oh. Hey, yo, man, nonetheless, shout out to the East Coast squad. Let me see what you got to say.
So you can see parts 2 and 3.
Part 2 and 3. Hey, man, East Coast squad was legendary. Shout out to Austin Mills. You know what I'm saying? Hey, still Nick Briz K in this thing, you know. Be sure to go subscribe to the channel, man. Then we understand. Peace.